It's not easy to have, unless there is a video recorder, recorded 1 hour plus. Never mind. Ah, never mind. No, something is not right, but it's fine. No lah, I think it's this one. This one, the batteries are not, although it's new, they are not able to charge that long. Don't worry. That one I know how to talk to them. You don't have a video recorder. You see? Started. So we shall have another one. So where have we gone to? We have gone future tense. Simple future tense, continuous tense. So now we shall go to past future tense and past perfect tense. Now, before you go to that one, you go to page 25. Okay. Now you can see subject, and then you will be able to see will have, past participle, and then the perfect, future perfect continuous tense. You'll be able to see subject will have been, and then you need present participle plus since or for. So these are the few regulation. This is the structure of your sentences for your future perfect tense and future perfect continuous tense. That means these tenses will tell you what you're going to do next. You see? Say now you go to page 23. Sam will have sang her songs while I'm on my way. That is future perfect tense. Sam will have been singing since I started driving off. The trick is present participle since driving off. Driving off is present participle. Will have been. Sam will have been. All right. Present participle is your singing. And then driving off is also your present participle. All right. And then you have the word since. Any difference? See, you comply, the subject is Sam. You comply will have been. You also comply present participle. That means you participate. Okay? Driving off. Driving. Okay? And then you also have the word since. You cannot use the word for. You cannot use the word for I started driving off. You cannot use the word for. You have to use the word since. So the structure is where it has the sentence has to be rhyme. RHYTHM. Rhyme. That means it has to be spoken fluently. Okay? Can you get it? This one is a little bit tough. This one is a bit tough. This one is a bit tough. I do understand because when you looking at the simple, then slowly it gets tougher and tougher and tougher. Actually, they are not that very tough because when you want to write a conversation, you write a comprehension. You need to write a story example. Okay, and as far as writing a story, say for example, uh, what is a very nice uh, English story which you heard of Romeo and Juliet? Yeah, Romeo and Juliet. Uh, these are stories. Stories, as far as stories is concerned, there is one part they will tell you about the past. There is one part they will tell you about the current situation and what they're going to do next. Okay, and then in most of the cases whereby there is a very famous story whereby I can't remember offhand the lady who was um, broke and then she wrote a story, became very famous show. Can't remember the name of the story as well. Never mind. See, because as far as the English is concerned, there are comprehension stated very clearly where it will tell you a bit about the past, it will tell you a bit about current situation, it will tell you a little bit about the future. Then you find that it becomes a book. If they were to tell you everything about the past, then it may be very boring. And if they were to have past, present, and future, that is something for you to look out for, and that something for you to learn. That's how a book is written. It's just like I have a few books there. Poison Index. Poison Index tells us everything about the poison which can cause our human body. And then no more heart diseases. These are instructions that if we were to follow, there will not be a heart disease in the near future. So they give you examples. They give you examples, and they also give you examples of the past of how people may have died. They may also give you examples of what you can do next and in the near future. And then you find that the other side, hemodialysis, okay, principles of hemodialysis. So these are the historical part of it. These are my actual books. And then on the top portion, those are the books which I've written. The one just underneath the aircon. Those which are the current situation where rules and regulations are there. So in any books which they write, uh, they always give you uh, three different phases. So that gives you an opportunity to continue to read what is coming next. It is only one offhand. I can't think of that word, that that one show. It was a show, it was a show uh, where a lot of people was watching. But never mind. I actually didn't watch the show also. Uh, it was written by a lady who was broke, and then her book was taken, and it went into uh, cinema, hit hit the box, became very famous. Never mind, I can't remember. So now we still have to go through this one, although it's a bit difficult. You see, what I did not do is uh, I did not ask any one of you to join the simple tense and the simple continuous tense to become together, because I saw that there was already difficulties in that. Just to come up with simple present tense and then simple continuous tense, it was tough. If I were to join them together, your head will crack. Okay, let's go back and I just show you, crack your head a little bit. You see, you go to page 12, the first one. Billy has taken his bath, and then present continuous tense, Billy has been bathing for 20 minutes. Now you go to the next page. Let us construct another 5 sentences, and let us identify the difference individually and compare. Let us do a comparison perfect tense with one and join them together. Then you see number 11. They have eaten their breakfast this morning and it has been since 9 a.m. So, what this sentence number 11 is, I have actually joined simple present tense and, present perfect tense and present continuous tense together. That is even more cracking your head. Two together. Then you see the second one. Mother have gone to the market and it has been over 2 hours since father left for work. Two join together. And you find that although this sentence is a bit long, but it gives you two meanings. Right now. And that's how a story or a comprehension can be written out, which I didn't do. Because when I first uh, came to know how tough it is for you to understand the fact that all of you have left school for many years uh, without uh, the opportunity of uh, speaking in English in the house or in the work-wise. So that's why I didn't go into this. So now I go through this so that you can understand there is some there is some uh, situation whereby you have two different tenses in one sentence. Okay, you see number 13. The car has been sent for repairs and there were some parts that has not been replaced for the past 3 hours. Right now, does it make sense? In real life, although you have sent your car for repair and it has been already 2 hours or rather 3 hours and it's still not repaired yet because of spare parts not being replaced. May the, the, the spare parts may not have arrived or the foreman was not able to tune to repair the parts well enough. So you find that there is always a tendency of two tenses joined together. Now, this is the simplest part. But when we go further down, number F just now, where you talk about future, past tense, and all those things, which you find it very tough. So if I were to continue on with that, it will be horrendous for you. You know what is horrendous? Horrendous means terrible. Okay? It will be very, very terrible. You will totally, the whole brain will be confused. That's why I don't want. So I chose to reverse back so that you can understand that there are two simple sentences that you can join them together. Okay? Therefore, with that, you'll be able to speak. In the event, say for example, if you were to, now if I were to ask you to write something like this, Looking at the example, number 15, for an hour, we have been waiting for the grab and we are now tired as we stood by the veranda. Okay. Reason being, if you look at past continuous tense, present present perfect tense, and present continuous tense, in combination, that will create your actual true life work and happening. That is always the case. Say, for example, Christine, now you are supposed to go for shopping, go to a shopping mall. And after shopping, when you want to come back and your car doesn't start, and you call your sister, your sister's phone uh, battery was down. You couldn't get hold of her. So you got to stand and wait. So those are simple tense and continuous tense. So happened that when she charged her phone and then you manage to call her, by then it's already 2 hours. And then you've been standing in the mall for 2 hours, example. So these are two things happening at one go. And that also you can construct a sentence. It's just like English language is creating a story. Every one of us have a story one. Definitely have a story one. Uh-huh. It's just like how you tell the story that makes sense and people can understand. And that's how English language is. Same thing as Mandarin, except that in Mandarin, you have your way of construction of sentences, your characters. Actually, I admire the Mandarin characters. How you're right, I really don't understand. Number one, how you can remember. Number two, I also cannot understand. But for us in English, we'll be able to estimate what alphabet to be used. The 26 alphabets, A, B, C, D, E, until Z. We'll be able to identify. But then in Mandarin, I really admire all of you. Yeah, I really admire uh, the way you right. Some even simple Mandarin, not the traditional Mandarin. Some of the stroke all missing, and you understand. So that's how I admire the Mandarin character. But because I'm only able to speak Mandarin not long ago. But to understand, even to write my own name, I also have a problem. Yes, I also have a problem. Although I can write it, but that was uh, quite some time ago. I'm able to write lah. But then you ask me to write other words, I can't. No way I can write. So if I can't read, I can't write. So definitely no way lah. So the only way that I could learn Mandarin was only by listening and speaking. So, but for English is different. You will be able to listen and speak first and converse first. And for you to be able to read and write. To read is not too difficult, okay? But to write, it may be a bit difficult because you may not know how to spell the word. That is why someone did mention, Peter, how did you how do you spell erode? Erode, erode, ded, erode. Erode means my bone becomes softened, damaged. You erode. If you see, people do not know. You see, that means the bone is supposed to be hard. The bone supposed to be hard, but in other words, erode is rotten. Once the bone is rotten, once the bone is rotten, it's useless already. Sorry. Once the bone is rotten, it's useless already. It cannot be used anymore. So that is where this is the difficult part. Okay. So now on that basis, oh yeah, your eyes cannot open anymore. Oh, okay. We go a little bit since the most difficult one is difficult for you to do. What we can do is that we try to read the first section, comprehension, page 6. Page 6. Now, you have learned a little bit of tenses, not all. You know how to construct a little bit of sentences, not all. But this comprehension here on grammar does not go into future tense. I don't write future tense comprehension. I write current, so that is present continuous tense. Okay. So now if you were to go one by one, say now every uh, every paragraph lah, each one of you read a little bit. Say now I read first. From far in the woods there is a meadow of trees, a grassland, and with a stream flows. The clear flow till you could even see little tiny fishes swimming up and down the stream current. Next, birds, birds chirping, buzzing, crickets, crickets chirping, next, apple, half, cottage, Chicken leg. Mhm. What actually mentioned here is when I've written there, Pa named Alfred. Actually, the man, his name is Alfred. Uh-huh. You see, the parents has two little, g- uh, the parents has two twin little girls and an elder boy. Pa named Alfred. That means the man's name is Alfred.